You're listening to Audiochef.co.uk.
Today we're going to cook some chicken tikka. The ingredients we'll need for this, I'm going to use about 450 grams of chicken mini fillets. You can get these from most supermarkets. Also 100 to 200 mils of Greek yogurt, small bunch of fresh coriander, half a small onion, probably about 2 ounces of onion, half a lime, about 2 centimetres square of fresh ginger, 4 to 6 red or green chilies, 2 cloves of garlic, 2 teaspoons of garam masala, half a teaspoon of salt, and just so that we can fry the onions in the next stage, we need some oil. We will use about 1 to 2 tablespoons full of oil. Right, I've heated the pan up. What you really want to do is get the pan pretty much as hot as it will go. Chop the onions. It doesn't matter how big or small you chop them, because once they're fried they're all going to go into a food processor anyway. Now this process should take anywhere between about 5 to 7 minutes, depending how hot you've actually got your pan initially. But what we need to do is just fry them until they get to probably about the colour of demerara sugar or raw cane sugar. Not the white stuff, the brown stuff. That's the sort of colour we're looking for. If it's a little bit more, a little bit less, it doesn't matter. Okay, going to put everything into the food processor now. So I'm going to cut my my fresh coriander. I've washed it, just rinsed it through. Just going to chop it up roughly. You need the whole bunch. If there's long roots and everything on it, it doesn't matter. Just chop it up and throw it in. It's fine, as long as it's washed off. Now, I said in the recipe, or when I was telling you the ingredients, that between 100 and 200 mils of yogurt. Now, the reason why there's a variation in that is because when you go and buy a bunch of coriander, it's not done by weight, so how big's a bunch of coriander? So you might have to put a bit more liquid, being the yogurt, to compensate for a larger bunch of coriander. If you're cooking more, you'll need to use more. So let's just put some in. I'm going to put 2 large... No, actually, with the amount I've got, I'm going to put about 3 large tablespoons in. Because once I start to turn the food processor on, if it doesn't look like it's going to bind together into a paste, I can actually add some more. I'm going to squeeze my lime into it. Lovely. My chilies. Then the other ingredients that I have are the ginger, my garlic, my garam masala and my salt. And not forgetting my onions. Okay, let's pop the lid on. Off we go. It's going to give it a bit of a whiz. That, I would say, is perfect. It's starting to run. Excellent. So we're on to the next stage. Right, we've got our marinade together, which we did in the last stage. What I've done is I've got the chicken mini fillets. Actually great for if we're going to cook them and then let them go cold for like finger food. So what I've done, I've washed them off already. I'm just going to put them into a bowl, and then with our marinade, oh, lovely thick marinade. All we then need to do, give it a good mix up. Just give it a good mix up so that everything's covered. There's loads of marinade in there. Once we take the chicken out, we're going to end up with a lot of marinade left. So this is like an ideal opportunity. If you wanted to double up the recipe, you could easily put the same amount of chicken in again. Right, now that's done, everything's covered. I'm just going to pop the lid on. It wants a minimum of 2 hours to marinate before cooking, ideally overnight in a fridge.
You're listening to Audiochef.co.uk.